everybody. Today we're going to be working on lesson 3.3 in our Go Math materials. So for lesson 3.3, you are going to need pages 163 through 168, okay? You're also going to need a pencil. I would bring some scratch paper as well because you're probably going to need that and use that during this time, okay? So we're going to be on page 163 at the top where it says unlock the problem. Today we are comparing and ordering decimals. So we're taking decimals, we're comparing two, okay? So we're saying which one's bigger, which one's smaller. And then we're also going to take a group of decimals and we're going to order them from least to greatest, okay? So we're going to start here at the top where it says unlock the problem. The table lists some of the mountains in the United States that are over 2 miles high. So these mountains here, over 2 miles high. How does the height of Cloud Peak in Wyoming compare to the height of Boundary Peak in Nevada? So we're comparing Cloud Peak and Boundary Peak, okay? All right, so we're going to use place value to compare, okay? So we're going to go down here. Whoops. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see with the chart there. Okay, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. All right, here we go. So we're at one way, use place value. Line up the decimal points. Start at the left. Compare the digits in each place value position until the digits are different. Okay, so they give you step 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to tell you right now, I think that they make it way harder to look at. Okay, so we're going to just do what they said first. Line up the decimal points. So over here in this blank space, we're going to be comparing Cloud Peak. So let's just label it CP, which is 2.495. or 2 and 495 thousandths. And we are comparing that to Boundary Peak, which is in Nevada. So Boundary Peak. And we're going to line those decimal points up. So we have 2.488. See how I've lined my decimal points up and my digits up? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of draw lines here to just so we can see them a little bit better, okay? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to work from left to right. Left to right, just like we read a book, okay? We read from left to right, we're going to work from left to right. We're going to look at each of these digits, and then we're going to see which one is bigger, which one's smaller, okay? So we have 2 and 2, those are the same. We have 4 and 4, those are the same. We have 9 and 8. Well, 9 is bigger than 8 for sure. So I'm going to just give myself a little bit more room down here. I'm going to rewrite this problem as 2.495. Give myself a blank, and then 2.488. Okay, so we're comparing left to right. We have 2, 2, 4, 4, 9, and 8. Which one is bigger, 9 or 8? Well, 9 is bigger. I'd rather have $9 than $8, right? So I would rather have that one. So think of this as a mouth. Okay, I like to draw little teeth on it. The alligator would rather have 9 pieces of meat than 8 pieces of meat. So he'd rather eat the bigger one. Okay, that's his mouth. He's eating the bigger one. Okay, the other way is down here where it says another way. Okay, another way is to use a chart to compare. Okay, so they've written both of these peaks for those mountain ranges in the chart. So we've got 2.495 and 2.493. Why did they? Oh, this is different peaks. Sorry, they're doing Cloud Peak and Wheeler Peak this time. Okay, that's why they're different. So you look at it and you go, okay, we have 2 and 2, which are equal, 4 and 4, which are equal, 9 and 9, which are equal, 5 is bigger than 3, so the height of Cloud Peak is taller than the height of Wheeler Peak. Okay, pretty easy. Over here in the blank space, I'm just going to go through this. You don't have to write it, but I'm just going to go through this. That's like if I had, let's say, 9 and 12. Which one's bigger? Well, 12 is bigger. I want my alligator to eat the 12. He'd rather have more meat than less meat, right? Same if it was like, let's say 8 and 4, okay? He'd rather have more meat instead of less meat, okay? All right, let's look at the next page. No, we're skipping. We're going to page number 165. Sorry, guys. 165. We're at the top where it says share and show. This is going to be a pretty quick lesson because it's really not too crazy, okay? It's pretty easy. You've done this before. Now we're throwing in a decimal point, okay? All right, number 1, use the place value chart to compare the two numbers. So they've given us two numbers over here in our place value chart. What is the greatest place value position where the digits differ? Okay, so differ. Think of the word different. Okay, that's what differ means. All right, so it's where the two are different. The greatest place value in which they are different. So we're going to compare. The ones are the same. The tenths are the same. Oh, wait for that bell, sorry. The hundredths, now they've changed. So the greatest place value position where the digits differ is the hundredths position because that's where they are different. So we're going to write hundredths on the line. Hundredths. I'm just going to focus that a little bit. It looked a little blurry. All right. Now we're going to look at some of these down here. We're going to look at 2 through 7. Actually, 2 through 9, but we're going to skip around a bit. So I want to look at 3. No, I don't. I want to look at 2 first, then we'll look at 3. So we're comparing. We're using the less than, greater than, or equal sign to compare. So here we go. We've got 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 3. What would the alligator rather eat? 6 or 3? So it is greater than. Okay, I want to do 3. We have 5, 5, 6, 6, 4, 4. Then we have a 0 and we have nothing. Well, if I don't have anything, it's just 0. So these are equal. Let's zoom that in just a tad. There we go. Let's look at 4. We have 8, 8, 6, 6, 7, 3. Well, he'd rather have 7. Pretty easy, right? Let's look at number 6, because this is where we're talking about where the digits differ, the greatest value, place value position where the digits differ, okay? So we've got 9, 9, 5, 6. Well, that's in the tenths position, so we're going to write tenths. Now, there's actually two parts to this. It says to find where they differ, first off. Then it says to name the greater number. So which one's bigger? Greater means more, right? If it's greater, it's bigger. So we have 9, 9, 5, 6. So that automatically makes that one bigger because the 6 is first. All right, now we're going to order from least to greatest, and I want to do number 8. Okay, I want to do number 8. So let's compare our digits. We're writing them from smallest to biggest. So we have 4, 4, 4, 4. All right, we're not done. We have 0, 3, 8, and 0. So we have 2 with 0. We're going to look at the next digit. We have 8 and 3. 3 is smaller, so that one's going to go first. 4.038. Cross it out. Comma. 4.08. Compare 4.3, 4.8. 4.3 is smaller. And 4.803. Okay. Just writing them from least to greatest, smallest to biggest. Okay. Let's do some comparing down here on your own part. Okay? All you are doing is comparing, writing less than, greater than, or equal to. So let's compare the first one. We have 8, 8, 7, 7, 2, 2. Then we have a 0, but we have nothing, so that means it's 0, which would be equal to. Let's look at 12. We have 1, 1, 0, 3. Our alligator would rather have 3 pieces of meat than no pieces of meat. And let's look at 13. We have 2, 2, 5, 7. 7's bigger, therefore we want the mouth to open towards 7. Okay, pretty simple. Pretty simple today. All right, we're going to go to our practice and homework page, which is on page 167, I'm sorry. 167. Put your name at the top. And you are going to circle the problems that you are going to be working on today. Okay, for 1 through 6, you are comparing using the less than, greater than, or equal symbol. Okay, so I want you to do number 2, 3, 5, and 6. Oh, my pen's running out of ink. Hold on, guys. 2, 3, 5, and 6. Then you're going to do number 8. You're writing that one from least to greatest. Down here, you're finding, let's see. No, we're not doing those ones. And then let's do down here where it says number 12 and 13. I want you to do number 12 and 13. So that's 7 so far. Then on the back for 168, you are going to do number, let's see, number 1 and number 2. Okay, number 1 and number 2 on page 168. So on page 167, you are working on 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 12, and 13. Then on page 168, you are working on number 1 and number 2. You're going to use this chart. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Don't forget to go fill out your homework form. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.